Either they're the lines.
No, after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. The hell with it. Restart.
Hey guys, Cyclonic Flame here, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. This is episode 3, and when we left off, I broke the game a lot, and I ended up making the narrator suffer because... fuck narrative conventions.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Also, I'm wrapped up like a freaking burrito because it's freezing over here. For those of you who don't realise, it's currently winter over here at this point in this video. So, yeah, that's a thing. And, funnily enough, for somebody like me, whose fucking username has flame in it, I'm still somehow freezing.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm going to go the door on the right because... remembering last
This was not
episode...
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
last episode...
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all. Just to spend, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
anything to shut the narrator up at this point because he distracts me. So anyway, last episode we went to a room with a telephone in it. I want to see what happens if I pick up the phone.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Oh, you're
I realize
not?
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yeah,
There's
so it has
someone
been
you've
for the
been
past
neglecting,
150
Stanley.
episodes.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Looks like I get to figure out who her is. And also, I meant to say videos, not episodes. If there's 150 episodes of this, I'd be wasting my
This is
goddamn
it,
time.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Alright, time to pick up the phone.
That's her, Stanley.
Alright. Where am I?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
You
Come
motherfucker!
on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
How about you bite yourself?
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
I'm sure there's a way to get out of it. Come on, there's got to be a way out of here.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Okay, that's dark.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
So what happens if I just don't do anything? I'm not pressing V. God damn, I'm gonna have to do this for the story, aren't I?
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
That's creepy.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
That's dark. Fine.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
That's creepy.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Well then.
It was such
That's
a
not
wonderful
creepy.
fantasy. And so in his head, he relived it again. And then again. And again. Over and over. Wishing beyond hope that it would never end. That he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Well then, apparently I'm playing the story of a dead man's imagination. That's not creepy at all.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop.
You never told me to stop
this.
until before
Stanley,
now.
The next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
It's really tempting to press the button. Like, I'm just gonna sit here for a few seconds and see if this does anything. Okay, that's not a thing.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
That's already happened.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time you'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please die.
And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And
What just happened? I literally just died. Wait, what? What? Why is there paper all over the floor?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
No.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Screw the co-workers, what's with all the paper on the floor? Who hasn't been doing the vacuuming or the cleaning recently? And no memos, that's fucking bullshit. Come on. What is this? Well then. I have no idea what's happening. Where's the paper?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
hell is going
This was
on?
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
There's papers on the floor.
Wow. Yes, this room. What but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
What's going on here? Yeah, I'm not going through there.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone
I'm just
else can be
confused
difficult,
now.
But the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Yeah, well, she
Good,
did
Stanley.
some bullshit to my
Your
game.
chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
I'm just gonna do this again and see what happens. Alright, I just did the entire thing again. We'll see if the office is any different this time. Nope, it's just cleaned up now. So, what now?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
There's the
Stanley
occasional
decided to
paper
go
on
to
the
the
floor.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I mean, there's paper on the floor. Does that count as a trace? That's a thing. What else is there? There's that side door I haven't gone down yet. Does that just lead to the... Wait. Hang on a second. This is different. Is it?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
Was
Stanley
that there
knew it
before?
perfectly well. Perhaps
I feel
he
like
wanted to
it
stop by the
was.
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
What?
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I feel like that hallway wasn't there before. I'm not gonna question
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
it. Ooh. Button. Now, where does this lead?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
I don't know. What
It's
were you
clearly-
thinking?
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes.
Sounds like a cheat
I've
code.
got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Well then. What? Why is there a truck here?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
How's this a spoiler? I've already been here.
We just have to get back to, who am I?
Is that employee
It's
zero?
rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How
Or is
about
it just
rather
the
than
office
waste
in
my
general?
time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
How about no? I'm gonna do that again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh,
Stanley
nothing.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's computers around here for input things on them. Wait, did I miss the ones in this room? No, okay. No input on any of these. I feel like the input code has something to do with another ending. I feel that way anyway. Hold the... That wasn't there before! What the heck?
When Stanley... Wait.
What?
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
I didn't break it this time.
Change. Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or...
No, I didn't
Hold
touch
on.
the story.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah, what the heck?
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
Is it underneath all the
Okay,
other
then.
paperwork?
It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
That actually sounds like a pretty good adventure. Alright. What's down here? Ooh, papers. Oh, this is cool. Like, what the heck's going on here now? What even is this game? Wait, hang on. What? Actually, what's behind that door? I want to see that.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah, let's. Alright. Nothing ever happened.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There is no input things on the monitors. Alrighty then.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story's back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, let's. What the heck is going on here? What is going on?
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story.
I thought this was going
Let's
to be
head
a
back the
looping
other
room
way
again.
and retrace our steps.
I thought it was going to be infinitely looping again. Fuck?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
No?
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
It was in the
Do
office.
you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Well, yeah, but this is the third episode.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is.
Same
I don't
here,
care
actually.
What might happen this time? I have to restart.
Well, the game can't be more broken than I've already done to it.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
What happens if I don't follow the line? What happens if I go this way? Oh, it's just the empty room. Okay then. I just thought I'd be a smartass and see if there's something there, but oh well, never mind. Do any of these computers actually do anything at this point? Like, I'm almost giving up on checking them. I don't think they do anything, no. This is weird. Huh, somebody's playing solitaire. this is not where the adventure was before.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Okay.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going
What
with all
is
that.
the
You know what?
line doing?
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
What the hell is the line doing? Nice music, by the way. Nothing interesting over there. Adventure. The line's just going through places not meant to. Wait, hold up. I didn't imagine that, did I? Probably did.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Alright. Screen caps. Okay, anyway. Now what? And what is wrong with this line?
We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Either they're the lines.
After everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. Restart.
Poor narrator, he has to deal with this shit.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
Yeah.
Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh, this door opened. Cool. Alright, where are we heading?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
This is a looping
Whatever it
room.
may be, Stanley,
Oh wait, no it's not. Never
I'm
mind.
ready for it.
No, it's not. Never mind. I thought it was an infinitely looping room again.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Right, fair enough. Line, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, go on, shoo. Back up there with you.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with that counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right,
What?
let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Well then. What the hell is this?
What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really?
Then.
No, it can't be.
Find a bookstore? What the fuck?
I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped.
What the hell?
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
Narrator?
Do we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Did you fucking paradox us?
So, okay.
Hurry up, I don't want to be
I guess
rent
now
apart.
just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
That gave me a damn near heart attack, that beeping.
All
the hell
of his
was that?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I swear to God, he was going to get my ass fucking handed to me by a goddamn paradox. He was willing to get me killed, or removed from existence, all because he wanted to bloody not forget anything. God damn it, narrator.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Apparently I'm supposed to be prevented somehow.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find it. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So somehow I'm supposed to be prevented from doing this. Alright.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Hold on guys, give me a second. Alright, so apparently I'm supposed to be prevented from finishing the story. But it's not preventing me from doing anything, is it? Or because the game restarted by itself, does that mean that the...
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
What?
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I'm supposed to be prevented from playing the story.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm confused.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
This? What the fuck?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I'm just really confused at the moment. I have no idea what's going on.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all
hold
this
up.
time? Was this the only reason he was
wait,
happy
no.
with his boring job? That his emotions
I got
had
distracted
been
probably the
manipulated to
first time,
accept
but-
it blindly?
You know what? I'm not going to go through there this time. Can I not go back?
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
I don't know.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I'm just utterly confused at the moment.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
You know what? I'm just going to do this time around. I think the confusion
Stanley,
ending might have
you didn't
just finished.
Activate the controls, did you?
Yes,
After
I
they
did.
kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Well
How
then.
long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little
Well
more fun,
then.
isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely
What is
know
going
where to
on here?
start.
Okay,
What's
well,
that?
looks like I'm going to
You'd like to know
destroy
where your
myself.
co-workers are. A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
Yeah, that'd be
Oh,
nice.
I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course,
Well
that was
then.
merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
What am I supposed to be
My
doing here?
goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what?
All right.
To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why
Wait.
not?
This says
These are
1 on there.
precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
I don't have a purpose, do I?
You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Oh boy.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces.
There's
will
one
you cling
chance.
desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same.
I highly doubt this is gonna work.
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in.
Goodbye, world.
And say happily ever up.
Well then, that's a thing. Alright, I died.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna look for the rest of those input computers. Wait, where are the rest of them?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Anyways, guys, that's where I'm gonna have to leave off this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, set fire to that like and subscribe button, recommend games to me, and I will see you all in the next video. Oh no! Run, still run!